nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deep.
So let the love game begin. Your bird is ready to destroy you. Into the other side, he come to his plane and take his seat. A unknown smile appear on his lips, and he touch his lip where you kiss him. Jungkook, you make me crazy for you now. No one can take you away from me. You're mine, only mine now. He mumbled. He was thinking about the time when you kiss him. Suddenly Pilot come to him. He opened his eyes. Pilot, where we have to go, sir? I listen you changed the plan at the last moment. Jungkook, yes, we are going to the Paris. Pilot, okay boss. Then he take his seat back. Jungkook, Bud, wait for few days. A big surprise is coming for you. He smirked on his thought and make an evil plan for her, which she can't imagine in her dreams. So just like this, a week got past. She got busy into her school and he got busy into his work. He never tried to contact with her and not you either. She became good friend with Jack and he always tried to spend time with her. You're going to school with him and he is also picking you up from your school. But this happiness was not for so long time. One of the Jungkook guard was noticing all of this. The closeness of Jack toward you does not hide from other. Now he is neglecting his work even for her. One day you and Jack was into the car and coming to mansion from the school. You are quietly looking outside from the car window and Jack was looking toward her. Jack, everything is fine, Vayun? Vayun, yes. Why are you asking? Jack, nothing. You just look worried. Vayun, no, it's nothing. Again he started driving. Suddenly 3 black cars come in front of them and stop. Your eyes got wide open into the shock. Jack, why you stay into the car? You nodded your head as yes. He came out from the car and looked toward the guard. It was Jungkook man. Guard, Jack, boss into the Korean. He wants to see ma'am. Jack, but where he is? Guard, it's a surprise for a ma'am and you're also coming with us. Jack, okay. He was coming toward the car where she was seated inside, but the guard stopped him. Guard, stop Jack. I will drive the car. You go and sit into the next car. Jack nodded his head as yes and sit into the next car. Vayun, where is Jack? Why are you driving the car? Guard, it's an order from the boss. Vayun, boss? You mean Jungkook? But he's not here. Without giving him any answer, he started the car. She got tense, like what is going on? Suddenly, into the middle of the road, the driver changed the road. Vayun, where are you taking me? She becomes scared because now only her car is driving into the middle of the road. Guard, sorry ma'am, I can't tell you anything. You took deep breath and hold your skirt tightly. She was still into her school uniform. After a few minutes, the car got stopped in front of a big mansion. It was dark and into the middle of the jungle. The guard came out from the car and opened the door for you. Guard, came outside ma'am. Someone is waiting for you. She took deep breath and came outside from the car. Her eyes landed on the big mansion, which was quite scary because it was middle into the jungle. She entered to the mansion and from inside all was dark. Suddenly one light got turned on and your eyes got wide open. It was none other than the monster of her life who was looking deadly scared like a ghost. She gulped her lump and looked at him. Jungkook, so my beautiful bird is here. He got up and walked towards you. You tightened your fist and plastered a fake smile on her lips. He come and without wasting any time, he pressed his lips on her lips. He became imbalanced because of his sudden kiss, but he placed his hand on her waist and with a jerk he attached his body with him and kissed her aggressively like he will eat her lips. His pressure on her lips was so much that she was trying to push him away, but it was no use. He was deepening the kiss. With each second, he take her to the sofa and lie her down and take off his coat and hover over her. His love was like a torture on her body, but somehow still her body can't resist his touch. He grabbed your wrist and attached her body with him. Both of your bodies are brushing with each other and the intensity between both of you are rising. Jungkook, you taste so good, but you close your eyes when he bites your lip. A painful moan left from your mouth. Vayun, Jungkook, my name sounds amazing from your mouth, but he said this in his husky voice. But now let me finish my work first. He became more aggressive and pinned her hand above her head. Now you're fully under his control. He was getting a pleasure from you, like he was hungry for you for so long time. His aggressiveness was rising your body temperature. He became more needy for her in this 1 week. She is now his addiction for which he can't live without it. He was busy in you. Suddenly someone knocked on the door. He took deep breath and looked toward the door with his dark eyes. Jungkook, who is this? He shouted in angry voice. Jack, boss, I'm sorry, but they're here. Jungkook, go, I'm busy in some stuff. Jack, but boss, it is important. He gritted his teeth and anger. But you put your hands on his face softly and spoke into him with full of love. 𝙫𝙤𝙀, it's okay, go finish your work. I'll be waiting for you. He smirked on your cuteness, and before leaving, he again kissed on your lips softly. Jungkook, I'll be back, but he softly placed his hand on your cheek. 𝙫𝙤𝙀, He get up from her and correct himself and walk outside from the room. You get up and correct your skirt. Suddenly maid come toward you. Maid, ma'am, my name is Hongsu. Sir hired me for you. Come with me, I'll show you a room. She follow her and take her to the room. On the other side, Jungkook come and sit into a front chair. All the other men of him also sit into the chairs. Jungkook, so who will speak first? He was hiding his anger into his harsh tone. Harwin, we also want to know who tried to kill Mr. Jeon, boss. Lee, I think he's the new enemy who tried to do this. Otherwise, into the whole Korea, no one has dared to touch Jeon's. But who is this new one? We will find out. Don't worry, boss. Jungkook, I need to know about this man as soon possible. This can't save himself from me. He was so angry that he don't know how to take out his anger. He came from the Paris after when he listened about his father, that someone shot him. Now he is underground and only Mrs. Jeon and Jungkook only know about it. Where is Mr. Jeon? And I don't know how, but I have to tell you something. Jungkook, then speak. He glared at him with his angry eyes. Lee, someone tried to steal our weapon also. Jungkook, who the son of are interfering in our business? Who is trying to destroy us? Lee, we don't know. I try my best to give you this all information. Till then, it will be better for you to save your family. He is looking for you. Jungkook, no, not now. He tried to save himself from me. Who the hell he is? Soon he will die from my hands. He got up from the chair and from unknown number he received a call. Jungkook, who the hell is speaking? And hi Jungkook, I never know my little interference in your business will affect you that much. Jungkook, if you have a guts, so come and talk to me in front of my eyes. Man, not this time. I will come in front of you on the time when you lost everything in your life, and especially your bird. Jungkook, just pray from the God that I don't found you. Because if it's will, then remember your God will even can't save you from death. Got this in your mind. The man laughed on his call, and his evil voice was raising his anger more. Man, I'm dying to watch you like this, helpless and greedy for revenge with me. But till then, you have to wait for my next surprise. Then he cut the call. He got so pissed off that he threw his mobile into a floor and it broke into pieces. He took deep breath and pulled his hair back. Jungkook, I'm going to kill this man. Then he looked toward his guard. Jungkook, I'm going for some work. Take care of 𝙫𝙤𝙀. He warned the guards before leaving. All the day he spent outside and you are into the room. 𝙫𝙤𝙀, something is wrong. You are getting worried because all the stuff of yours is in here. It looked like from now you are living here with him. After eating dinner, she came to her room and fell asleep. Into the midnight, someone entered to her room and take off his coat. It was Jungkook. All the time, his eyes was around you. He was watching her sleeping face like it was his piece. Jungkook, why I'm feeling scared today? I never feel like this before. I don't want to lose you, but into the dark night, the moonlight was flashing on your face. The light wind was hovering on your face. Her long hair, sharp jawline, and red lips giving him a crave to touch it until he got satisfied. He bit his lower lip and removed some hair strand from your face and tangled it. Jungkook, you become my weakness, bird, which I can't lose it at any cost. She turned her body into his side when she felt cold and put his hand on his waist and cuddled his body under his warmness. She hugged him and he put his hand on her hair and ruffled. Jungkook, I will protect you at any cost. Then he hugged you and drifted into sleep. Next morning, she woke up and found herself under his arm. His grip was tied around your waist. She looked toward his face and for a second he lost into his deadliest beauty, his dark hairs, red lips, and long eyelashes, his tattooed arm. Everything was so perfect that any girl can easily lose his heart on him. She came back from her thought and tried to remove his hand from her wrist, but he tightened his grip more, which gave you pain. Vayun, Jungkook. You touched his hand to remove from your waist, but he opened his eyes and looked at her. She turned her gaze toward him, and for a second her heart beat got increased because he was looking astonishing handsome. For a minute, she forget everything. Jungkook, good morning, bird. His voice take her out from her thought. She make a face safe distance from him. But he come close to her and again hug her. Vayun, good morning, Jungkook. Jungkook, I'm your husband. Where is my morning kiss? Without any argue, she kissed on his forehead and hugged him. He smiled on your action and put his hand on her shoulder. Jungkook, what happened to you? Vayun, what? You frowned your brows. Jungkook, you are behaving like a good girl. Vayun, why you want me to become a old Vayun? Jungkook, no, that's what I want from you, bird. He snuggled his face into her neck and kissed softly. Jungkook, this fragrance is my addiction. He tightened his grip on your waist and brushed his body on her. He was getting needy for her more and more. She felt goosebumps around her body and kept Suddenly his phone got ring and he leave you and looked toward his phone. It was Jack. He picked up the call and after listening he cut the call and quickly got up from the bed. He wore his coat and came out from the room. There was the first time you watched fear into his face. Vayun, what happened to him? Why he ran in so hurry? She mumbled. Into the other side he entered to the hospital and doctor come toward him. Doctor, we don't have much time. He wants to talk to you. He was worried for his father. After some time, he entered to the room and found his mom was seated beside Mr. Jeon. Mr. Jeon, my son. He take off his oxygen mask and looked toward his son. He come and hold his hand. Mr. Jeon, Jungkook, you are my pride. You are not only my son, you are now getting a king of a mafia. So after me, you will take the crown of thrones. You have to take decision wisely. Never let me down. Jungkook, I promise. His voice shivered before speaking to his father because inside he know this is the last time he's talking to his father. Mr. Jeon looked toward his wife. Mr. Jeon, I know I never treat you as my wife, but you never let me down. You are always beside me. I did wrong with you, and now I realize how much you suffer because of me. Please, I hope you forgive me. Tears rolled down from her eyes. Mr. Jeon, today I make you free from me. She became quiet like ice and tear was flowing down from her eyes. And then he closed his eyes forever. Jungkook got panic and called the doctor. Jungkook, doctor, doctor, he shouted and all the doctor come into the room and check him. But now it was too late. Doctor, sorry, he's no more. He become breakdown from inside, but he don't cry in front of anyone. He performed his dad's last rituals and put sand on his grave. Jungkook, I promise you, Dad, who is behind of this, and anyone who helped him, he will be suffered like a hell in this world. I promise to you. After completing his dad's last ritual, he come back to the mansion where you are living. You are standing near a window and looking outside. Suddenly he entered the room and sit quietly on the edge of the bed. You become worried after seeing him like this. He was quiet, looking down, and his eyes were red. You walk toward him and sit on the floor and hold his face with your both hands. She found tears in his eyes. Why you, Jungkook, what happened? Your soft voice reached to his ears, and suddenly he hugged you tightly and cried into her embrace. She becomes shocked because she never accepted cries from him, a man who is devil-hearted, have a heart for something. Why you, Jungkook, what happened? At least tell me. He was just crying in front of you like he take it out his all pain which was he taking into his heart for so long time. He was taking out all his pain in front of you. He did not say anything more and let him take out his all pain. Inside you are also feeling pain after seeing him like this. It was looking like after a long time he cried like this. He hugged her so tightly that you're feeling pain into your chest. But he snuggled his face into her chest and cried out of his heart. After a few minutes, she looked at him when she listened his sobs. She ruffled his hairs and tried to talk to him. Wayun, what happened, Jungkook? Tell me at least. He took deep breath and rubbed his tears. He looked at her with his teary eyes, which was red because of cry. She hated him a lot, but still she can't understand why she is feeling pain inside after seeing him cry like this. She was feeling bad for him. She held his face with her small hand and again she asked him in her sweet voice, Wayun, what happened, Jungkook? Tell me. Into the break voice, he speak to her. Jungkook, Dad is passed away. Your eyes got wide open in shock, and but unknown tears rolled down from your eyes. Also, Wayun, but how? How it's happened? Did not speak further and get up. He leave you there and walk toward the washroom. He closed the door and you are still looking toward the floor. Wayun, that is called karma, Jungkook. You took my father away from me and now you are feeling the same pain. I hope now you realize how it feels like when you lost something which was very precious to you. She took deep breath and rubbed her tears. Then she made a bed and walked toward the kitchen. After a few minutes, she came to the room and found Jungkook standing near a window and looking toward the sky. She placed a tray on the side of the table and walked toward him. Inside, you're feeling bad for him and understand his pain. Then she wrapped her arms around his waist and hugged him from the back. He was lost into his thought, but when he felt two small arms wrap around his waist, an unknown smile appeared on his lips. He closed his eyes to feel your warmness around his body. He placed her head on his back and whispered, Wayun, eat something, Jungkook, you will be hungry. He turned and looked toward her with his deep ocean dark eyes and held her face into his both hands and kissed on her forehead softly. Jungkook, don't leave me, bud, ever. I need you. Then he hugged her tightly and closed his eyes. She also hugged him back. After a few minutes, Wayun, the food is getting cold. He opened his eyes and looked at her. Then he sit on the chair, but he make you sit on his lap. Wayun, I'm not that much light. Your legs will become tired. Jungkook, I know how to carry my wife. She smirked and put her both legs on his lap. Wayun, now I'm heavy for you. He placed his hand on her waist and jerked her body toward him and whispered, Jungkook, I can carry you in my arms for whole life. Don't underestimate your husband's power. Now can you feed me? I'm hungry. He smirked. You were lost into his words, but you came out from your thought after listening his voice. Wayun, Then you feed him, but all the time his hand was on your waist and his eyes was on your face. She was feeling uncomfortable because of his intense gaze on her time to time. She was trying to ignoring his intense eyes contact, which was raising her heartbeat. Her cheek became red, but he did not move his eyes from her like he is making a sketch of her into his mind. Jungkook, you're very beautiful bird. She smiled on his word. Jungkook, don't leave me ever, otherwise I will going to be crazy without you. Only you can handle me. Inside in her heart, his words were infecting her because he never talked to her like this before. She just nodded her head into the response and get up from his lap. She was about to take the tray and walk toward the kitchen, but he held his hand and picked her up into the bridal style. Whyun, Jungkook, what are you doing? Put me down. Jungkook, let's sleep together. I'm tired. He take off his shirt and throw it into the floor. She turned her face into the other side and he hug you from behind and snuggle his face under your neck. Jungkook, your fragrance is my comfort, but now I can't sleep without it. And after a few times, he fall asleep. You are still into his arms like his life depend on you. His grip was so tight on your waist that it was giving you a pain. You turn toward him and your eyes directly meet to his sleepy face. He was sleeping peacefully. You touch his face with your small hand and think, Whyun, did he really change or he just pretending to get me? But why I was feeling pain when I see tears in his eyes? Why he is doing this? He is a beast and he promised to me that he will make my life hell. Then why he is behaving like this? Why I'm feeling weak around him? His words, his touch, tears, his every small action, why is it affecting me so much? Why my heart saying to forgive him? Why I want to see him happy? How I can do this? Why my heart getting dominating on my brain? Why my feelings are changing for him? He's a monster, he never changed. She was thinking about his behavior toward her. His caring side was or fake or real. She was behaving on him. Now her mind is battling with her heart, but she is not ready to forgive him. After some time, she also sleep with him. Next morning, he wake up when his phone ring. He take the call. Jack, boss, we caught his one man alive. He is into the torture room. A devilish smirk appear on his lips. Jungkook, wait. I'm coming, don't let him die. Then he cut the call and his eyes landed on her, who is sleeping into his chest peacefully. Jungkook, I never let him do anything to you, my bird. He hold your face softly and place into a pillow. He wear his shirt and take out his gun from the drawer and come out from the room. He walked toward the torture room. He entered the room and his deadly gaze landed on a man who is tied up on the chair with ropes. He walked toward him and hold his jaw harshly. Jungkook, so you are his one of the puppets, right? The fear of his life was clearly visible on that man's eyes because he know how much cruel he is. Man, please spare my life. I don't know anything, Jungkook. So what are you doing in my mansion in the guard uniform? Are you looking for your... He gritted his teeth and put knife on his throat. Jungkook, before I cut you into pieces, speak up your boss name right now. Man, believe me, I don't know anything. He just give me money for work and I provide him information. I never know his name and I never seen his face. Jungkook, you are pissing me off, man. You don't have any idea what I will do with you. Man, I don't know, believe me. Without listening anything, he cut his throat with a knife and pulled the knife into his head straightly. The splashes of blood come to his face and all his parts put their head down. His dark aura, his deadly glare and sweating face and red eyes was made him look like a hungry wolf who wants his revenge at any cost. Then he shoved to take out his all anger and looked toward his guards. Jungkook, found that. Then otherwise you all will be die like them. He warned his guard and walked toward his room where you were sleeping peacefully. The door got opened into the loud voice and she wake up from her sleep. He walked toward her with a long step and looked at her with his deadly dark eyes. You become scared from him and curl back. He was looking like a hungry beast who can destroy anything into a blink of his eyes. Her heartbeat got increased, but he held her arm and dragged her toward the washroom. He was so angry that he even not noticing that his grip was tightened on her wrist, that it was giving her a pain. Whyun, Jungkook, leave me, you're hurting me. He take her toward the washroom and make her stand into the shower. He turn on the tap and trap you in between his arms. Jungkook, calm me down, bird, otherwise I will lose my control. Her heartbeat got increased after seeing blood on his face. His dark eyes and deadliest gaze, which was on her fatty figure, was making her scared from him. With trembling lips and shivering hand, you come closer to his wet body. Water was flowing down from both of your bodies. Vayun, it's blood, Jungkook, on your face. He closed his eyes and let the water flow on his body and tighten his grip on your waist. Jungkook, don't ask anything but do what I said. He looked toward her with his bloodshot eyes. She slowly traced her hand on his body and take off his coat. He tightened his grip on your waist. She slowly tipped on her toe and kissed softly on his neck. The blood was flowing down with the water from his face. Her dress was also totally wet under him. A gasp escaped from her lip when his hand grip got harder on her waist. She started opening his shirt button and kissed on his chest. Her every small touch was releasing his stress and rising his need toward her. You can feel his hardness, which was touching her private part. He pulled her up and pinned her back toward the wall. Her eyes got met with his dark eyes. She wrapped her legs around his torso. Her chest was rising on his small touch. He traced his long finger on her thigh and made her weak under him. He leaning his head down and traced his nose on her jaw. He opened her shirt button with his mouth, which made him reveal her soft chest. His hungry eyes shamelessly roaming on her body like he is capturing a alluring side of her in his head. For the rest of his life, he poked his tongue on his cheek and looked toward you. He glanced at her. Jungkook, don't try to stop me, bud. He was not telling her, it was his order. He whispered while brushing his lips on her chest. She slowly sneaked her arms around his neck. She connected both of their lips and gave him a pleasure which he is dying for. He was kissing her like he willed her through his mouth. He was going wild on her lips, sucking passionately, aggressively. It was hard for her to feel his emotion, but the thing was that he wanted her desperately. She traveled her hand around his back, which was making him more crazy for her. The kiss was more deepened and passionate that no one can stop him. He traveled his lips on her chest and planted sub-torturing kisses on it. Her moans was making the situation more harder for him, his one hand on her butt and other one on the strap. He wanted to tear her dress to make her body absorb in him. He was going aggressive and soon he tore her shirt and threw it onto the floor. Now she is only in her lingerie and he is in his pants. Jungkook, I wish I can burn your clothes and saw you like this every time. Your beauty is my curse bird, but I want to destroy you every time under me. She was quietly looking at him. Vayun, your eyes are enough for this job. It makes me feel like you are me every time with those dark eyes. He spanked on her butt and bite her earlobe. Jungkook, you're getting smart, bud. She closed her eyes when he realized his spank, which was harder for her small. Vayun, stop, don't do this, Jungkook, you're hurting me. A devilish smirk appeared on his lips. And he attacked on her neck. She feels sting pain on her neck when he bit it. She traced her nails on his back and snuggled her face into his neck. Tears rolled down from her eyes because he marked it. Vayun, please Jungkook, stop, it's hurting. He opened his dark eyes and looked at her and softly kissed on the spot where he marked her. Jungkook, bud, you can't tolerate this. So how will you manage when I will you on the bed? He was saying this while kissing on your earlobe. Vayun, I'm tired, please put me down. Jungkook smirked, so quickly, bud, but I'm not done yet. She looked at him with her innocently. Suddenly his heart skipped a beat with his eyes meet with her eyes. She was looking hot, beautiful and innocent all at one time. Her purity was the only thing he fell for at first. There was not like that. He never seen woman before, but the first thing He melted his stone heart, was her innocent eyes, the purity of her that he never seen before in any girl. He traveled his hand on her face and removed some wet hair strand from her face and tagged them into the back of her ears and kissed softly on her both eyes. First time she was seen pure love into his eyes. For her, there was no lust or anger. Jungkook, but never forget you belong to me, only me. What are you thinking about me? It doesn't matter to me, but you only mine, and forgetting you, I will burn the whole world. Never forget that. He looked toward her with his dark eyes. Her heartbeat caught rise after listening his dominating, threatening voice, because now his obsessions turned into craziness for her, and now she know better. Her one move can break him badly. A small gasp skipped from her mouth when he traced his finger hardly on her waist. Jungkook, words baby? Wayun, yes, I belong to you. He smiled and kissed softly on her lip. She removed her legs from her torso and he put her down. He take his shirt and make her wear it. Still his eyes was on her body. She was looking down because she was feeling shy when he looked at her like this. After wearing his shirt, she was about to leave, but he again held her wrist and with a jerk he pulled her body toward him. Her back was touching his body and he moved her wet hair from her neck and whispered, Jungkook, be ready tonight. I have a surprise for you. He whispered and kissed on the. She closed her eyes and he tightened his grip on her waist. She can feel his hardness of a length which was poking on her butt. Her heartbeat caught rise, but she bit her lip to control on her emotion. Wayun, I want to go, Jungkook. He smirked. Jungkook, be ready for me at night, but he loosened his grip, her waist, and she quickly ran out from the washroom. Jungkook, tonight I will give you a biggest surprise, my bud.